Guys, it's been announced today that Dominic Breazeale will be Andy Joshua's first title defense at the O2 on June 25th. Um, so the IBF crown that Joshua has recently won off Charles Martin on April 9th, he will be defending against the undefeated Dominic Breazeale. Uh, Very quick video. If you guys don't know who Dominic Breazeale is, he is a 17-0 undefeated former Olympian. He fought in 2012 and actually got knocked out in the preliminary round by, I think it was a Russian amateur. But yeah, he was apparently he was number one, the number one amateur in on the Olympic team. So I don't know how highly they rate him after his last few fights, but he's he's not a top 15, 20, 30 fighter for me. He probably 50 in top 50, maybe if that. Give him a bit of leeway just because of his record and who he's fought. I mean, he fought Nagy Aguilera, beat him on points, and you know that was the first time he really stepped up in level from his awful opposition. Didn't get a knockout, even though his record suggests he has power. I don't think his power is necessarily uh, transcended through the levels. But fought Cassie in his next fight. I thought Cassie won the fight, to be fair. Um, so it was not very good performance from Brazil or very good from Cassie. I don't know how you want to look at it, but for a good sort of decent prospect who's coming through the ranks, it was a very bad showing at the office for Brazil. Next fight against and his most recent fight against Amir Mansour, I actually picked Mansour to knock him out quite late on. I thought Mansour would catch up with him even though he was in his late 40s, and I thought he would use his rough and tough style. Mansour has a good chin, so I thought he would cause him a lot of problems. It was unfortunate. Mansour actually did knock him down. Was probably winning 4 out of the 5 rounds, if not 5 out of 5. He probably won all of them on my scorecard. But he managed to bite through his tongue, and he couldn't breathe after that. So it was very unfortunate for Mansour, especially because Mansour probably has more upside than Brazil in terms of actual talent. So don't get me wrong, I'm not discrediting Dominic Breazeale, but I think his upright style, very slow. He's gonna come forward and Joshua's gonna pepper him with combinations left, right, and centre for me. I don't even think Joshua needs to use his jab in this fight. To be fair, that's how that's how poor I think Brazil has looked in his last few fights, and how I think he'll look against Andy Joshua. I can understand why Eddie Hearn brought him over. He's obviously undefeated, former Olympian, um, high KO ratio. So he has a lot of intangibles going well for him, but the one thing he doesn't have going good for him is actual boxing IQ and stature. I just don't think he's good enough to hang with someone like AJ. Don't get me wrong. There's obvious deficiencies in AJ's game, but for me, this is not a good fight. I think he's not going to learn anything from this fight, and it's in and around the same level as Charles Martin. I think Charles Martin folded when he got hit by the first decent shot that AJ landed. So, and I think it may be the same or even earlier. I think Brazil will probably be overawed by the occasion, and I don't think he'll like it. But it's going to be on pay-per-view. I hope the rest of the card is good, so it kind of sets a tone for the rest of the evening and up until the main event. Because I'll be watching the main event, but not with the greatest of interest since the opponent is pretty bang average. But it has to be done. And then they're trying to obviously build AJ in the States, not just the UK. So let's see where he goes from here. I'm picking AJ by early KO. Um, And yeah, that's just my opinion on that. I'm going to cover the undercard, or at least the co-main event that was announced, which is George Groves versus Martin Murray. I'm going to cover that in a separate video because I think that's quite an interesting fight, and I'm going to give some of my thoughts on that after what I said earlier on Boxing Gossip's live show. So yeah, comment your thoughts on AJ versus Dominic Breazeale. Do you think he's a good opponent? Who do you think he should have faced? Um, are you happy and you content to pay the pay-per-view fee for this fight? And would you pay if there was a if it was a stacked card similar to how it was on December 12th or last year in May? Let me know all your thoughts on that. If you enjoyed the video, please give the thumbs up, subscribe and share so it gets out to a larger audience. And yeah, take care, guys. Speak to you soon. Peace.